Hi, I'm Dreena, and on today's How I Got Here with Dreena Whitfield, we're talking with Trina Small, founder of Supermom Culture. Trina is a blogger, content creator, and community builder who promotes positive parenting and mental health awareness. Trina, thank you so
Hello,
much
thanks for
joining
having
today.
me.
Yes, I'm so excited to have you here. I'm a fan. I've purchased the t-shirts, the hats, the hoodies. I bought a few sweatsuits. So I'm like,
You official like a whistle.
yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
need, you know what I need though? I need the neon. I haven't been able to, that sells out fast.
Yeah, I might have some. I got you.
All right, I'll tell you
I'll
my
bring
size.
it back for you.
Thank you. So I hear a little Chi-Town.
Yes.
I know you're from Chi-Town.
I'm from Chicago, the suburbs. You know, folks be hating.
So what you mean by that? Because I have family in East Chicago, which isn't really Chicago.
I was about to say, they in the
I
lake.
know. They not. It's Indiana, so it's right on that like Munster, Hammond.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, that's
it's not
definitely,
really
that ain't really Chicago. And I'm from the west suburbs. You know, the thing with the suburbs is I'm about 30 minutes out from downtown.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people act like it's so far, but it's like, it's the suburbs, you know. It didn't make sense for me to live in the city, growing up, so I ended up staying out in the suburbs. So.
That's how people are with Jersey and New York. Like, you live in Jersey, people don't like going, like, New Yorkers don't like coming to Jersey, same thing.
Right.
So how did you make your way to Atlanta?
So I made my way to Atlanta. My career before Supermom Culture took off was in logistics.
Oh.
So I dealt with trucks and trains, girl. It was crazy. I didn't even know that was a whole world.
Right.
But I got in it after being laid off for a year in the Chicago area. I got into it, and I was really good at it. Mm-hmm. So I did that, and then I ended up getting a job that brought me down here. So.
How long have you been down here?
20 years.
Oh, wow. So you native.
I feel like I just left Chicago, but I also feel like I just got out of college. So that was a long time ago. That's just, I don't know. It just seems like yesterday, you know? You say the kids grow up so fast. It's kind of like that. It's like Chicago's home. I don't say Atlanta's home. Like, I still rock Bears and Bulls stuff.
Okay.
Even though they both suck. I still wear it.
Do you go back often?
Yes, I do. I go back probably at least once a quarter.
Do you try not to go during the winter, though?
I messed up and went Christmas and took my girls. I kind of wanted to freeze them just so they could understand what I be saying when put on your coat.
Yep.
So I took them back. It was -11. Did I hit the mic wrong?
You're fine.
But it was -11. And my kids was like, why does it feel like somebody's hitting me? I was like, that's what mama walked to school half a mile in, one of them stories. I was like, that's how I used to have to go to school. They were like, how did you do it? I was like, so now you're going to put them coats on when we get back when I tell you it's too cold.
Because it's different type of weather from here to there. Winters in Chicago are different.
Brutal. So yeah, like a blizzard came and everything. So they got the whole experience. So I was ready to leave. We almost got stuck there, but we got back, on Christmas Day.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So you go back often. You've been here for over 20 years. How did you start Supermom Culture?
So Supermom Culture really started like as my blog. I had a blog called Baby Shopaholic. I started over 10 years ago when I had my first daughter, who is now 12, almost 13. Like, again, yesterday. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, I don't have babies now. They grown. She wearing the same stuff as me. It's crazy right now. So I started the blog, and with the blog, I started a blog because I didn't see anybody like me sharing things. I kind of been a blogger before blogs, I guess. I always like put my friends on like, man, have y'all tried this? I found this new baby thing. What about these bottles? What about this? So I started using the blog to share those items, share things that I was buying. So the blog community grew, and I just wanted something to celebrate moms. I just didn't know what it was. I just wanted something fun and cool. I actually did not want to do apparel. I was trying my best to stay away from it. I'm like, can I make a candle or a coffee mug? Then I talked to people that had coffee mugs. They was talking about, girl, them things be breaking while we shipping them and stuff. I was like, yeah, I ain't about to deal with that. And then I tried aprons. Everybody be cracking up like aprons, Trina.
I know, I was
like for real.
You know people that wear aprons?
No, but mine were cute.
Do you wear an apron?
I do on Thanksgiving. So anyway, that's gone because that lived about a couple months or whatever. I mean, I sold them. I think people bought them off the strength. Like, okay, we want to support Trina. We like her. So I'm like, okay. So after I did the aprons, I tried to push these bags. They actually did pretty good.
Like what kind of bags though?
So they were reusable bags. You know, I tried to be a little green, like about 25% green, you know, trying to save the planet. And they said bag that thing up.
I love it.
So it's cute. So
Yeah.
people like to give them for gifts and everything like that, but I didn't understand the cost. And anyway, that really didn't pan out. So I said, you know what, bump it. Let me go ahead and try to do a t-shirt. So I took an old t-shirt. I had the idea of the red Supermom because I like the street brand that it appealed to, because, you know, I wanted something that was cool but still celebrated moms. So I was like, I'm gonna do streetwear, you know, so we're gonna start with this t-shirt. And I was into t-shirts, graphic tees and stuff. I thought they were cute. So I took an old shirt, like literally like made this on, what's that site called where you do Photoshop?
Okay.
So like Photoshop, whatever, got the image made. And
You made it yourself?
well, I had a friend kind of help me and stuff, but I was trying to get the sizing right and stuff because I didn't know how to use Photoshop, but I had to learn, you know, you have to get in there and learn. So I like printed out different sizes and laid it on the t-shirt. Like I still had a picture, like laying the t-shirt on the floor and just putting the Supermom on it, just took pictures. I was like, okay, now I gotta find some t-shirts. So I went to the person that helped me do the bags. They had a screen printer. And they let me use their EIN number. So I went, got wholesale I didn't even have an EIN number. People were like,
You got one now.
yeah, I got everything now. It's too much now. I'm like, oh, I liked it when I ain't, you know, was green in there and stuff. But yeah, no, I got that now. So I went and bought like different t-shirts because I want to make sure the quality was good.
Right.
You know, and it was like, okay, I like these shirts. So then I bought a few shirts because I didn't have money like that at the time because I was a stay-at-home mom. And, you know, it was just tight just to sink money into something you don't know if it's going to work.
Right.
So I ended up putting on the t-shirt. I got one t-shirt, and I actually heat pressed it myself. I did that for like the first year. I heat pressed everything myself. So I made all the shirts.
The first year. How many orders did you have in that first year?
Well, it went from like 1 to 5 to 10, and it just kind of grew. And as it grew, you know, I stepped it up a little bit. And I'm telling you, I had one strong arm pulling that heat press down. It was like Hulk Hogan. And so I was making the shirts, and when I got the first shirt, I put it on. My daughter was 9 at the time, and she took the pictures, and I posted it. I didn't even have it. It wasn't even called Supermom Culture. It was Trina Supermom Shirts. That's what everybody said.
So that's what the logo said and everything?
No, it was like, that's what everybody just called it. Like,
okay.
Trina, I want one of your Supermom shirts. So I had posted it. I was like, y'all let me know if y'all like this shirt. People was like, yeah, I want to buy one. So I was like, oh, how do they buy one? I didn't even have an e-commerce. I was like Googling how to put, you know, can you put a shopping link on your blog? And then I went through that process, got the Shopify, had the little buy button. So I had to share it. It was on my blog. It didn't have an own website. Yeah. And that's what I always tell people. You got to start where you are. You can't be afraid. You can't have everything perfect. Because what if I spent $1,000? Like, if somebody gave me $5,000, I could have just been throwing that away.
Yep.
Oh, I need this, I need that, you know? So I just kind of built my way up. It's a little harder, but you learn so much.
Yeah, I mean, I think even for me, when I first started, I didn't know how to do, like, I didn't know anything about contracts. Like, my first contracts were like off of straight up Google. And I think just like when entrepreneurs are green like that and they like are scrappy and they try to figure out any way to make it work, like it just empowers them as they get larger and larger.
Absolutely. You just keep learning, and you know how to get out of anything at that point, because you done been at the bottom. It's like, girl, that ain't even a big deal. Like, I'm gonna get this done. We gonna work this out.
So what does Supermom mean, being a supermom mean to you? Like, how did you come up with this name?
So Supermom means it's not about being perfect, and I don't want people to think like that, because I feel like being a supermom gives, you know, the old school version was like you did everything. At the end of the day, we do everything. Like, let's keep it 100. But we do everything no matter what is going on. We still get it done. And that's the part of the supermom. And not to say that's how it always should be, but being a mom, that's just part of being a mother, is we gotta push through during the hard times, you know? And then I reflect back to my mom, who was a single mom with 4 kids. And then she had me later.
Chicago.
Yeah, she had me later in life, so I don't know, I was you know, oops, you know what I'm saying? So she was like 40 years old, she had me. So she was working and she was doing okay for herself. But still, she was on her own. You know, she had already raised 3 other kids. And, you know, being a single mom sometimes can be frowned upon. You know, nobody sits there and be like, ooh, look at her. She's out here doing it with her kids all by herself. It's like, ooh, where they daddy at? Nobody. Tell that woman she's doing a good job. Don't
Yep.
be worried, like, forget him, because clearly he ain't here. So we need to celebrate the moms, all of us that are out here doing it, whether you're married, single, whatever.
So that first year you were hand pressing
Yes.
everything yourself. When did it start to like pick up and you saw like, oh, I actually have something here?
So during the pandemic, so I was doing pretty good, was a little steady. But when the pandemic hit,
Really?
yeah, it was crazy. So when the pandemic hit, I don't know, everybody just started buying shirts. And I was like, oh, snap, I got to get more shirts. And then y'all remember everybody was like, when the pandemic hit, TikTok was kind of new. And everybody was doing that don't rush and like throwing stuff like through the next screen. So I had got a few friends to do it with the Supermom shirts. So we were all tossing these Supermom shirts.
It.
And it ended up kind of like low key going viral. And everybody was sharing it. So each person that was in the video shared the video. And so everybody wanted the shirt because we're all wearing a shirt. It was like 10 of us. So we were like, it went on all day. It's like, golly. But it was good though. It was so cute. And so we were all throwing the shirts and that blew up. I was like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm about to be working all night, all day. I had recruited my 9-year-old, or what's she, 10 now? And she was like helping me fulfill orders. Like I had to buy like in bulk, like packed mailers and stuff like that. When I got my first orders, I didn't even have mailers. When I did the bags and the aprons, like I was like selling stuff and was like, oh, I gotta pack this and ship this. Like that's how green I was. Like that's how unprepared I was, but I still did it anyway. It was like, oh, okay, now I need this. So that's kind of how we did it. So it took off.
So it took off. And you, like, by now you have your EIN, you got everything, like...
Nah, So...
Wait a minute, Trina.
Wait.
Just stop it. Just stop. No.
Girl,
in the
listen.
pandemic, which happened, 2-3 years ago, you still didn't have an EIN?
I think I got it, like, during the pandemic. And
you
it
better
wasn't,
stop it.
Because I was using
Was it trademarked?
Why are you over here putting me on?
Because
this
is how I talk to my clients. Do you
Yeah.
have your EIN? Do you have your trade? Do you have
Let
your
me tell you
trademark?
how yes, I am
Okay.
trademarked. I own Supermom Culture and Supermom and Superdad. No, so I own those words.
Period.
Yeah,
Okay.
period. For real, don't come at me because everybody be trying it, so they be like, oh, you look like this one. I was like, nope, we're different. Here it is.
I'm
Don't
just
play with me.
tripping that you ain't get your EIN until
Yeah, because I was using somebody.
you was just comfy. That's
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
It's
And
not
I hate
okay, but
admin
okay.
stuff. I'm a creative person. Like that, all that little accounting, what? Y'all don't need all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even in corporate. I am now. But I'm saying at the time, I was just out here. I didn't have a website until I think around the pandemic time. I built a website.
Really? I feel like I ordered before the pandemic though, and you had a website.
It had to been like bumping up to the pandemic or something. It was close because I was rocking a whole year with it just on my blog. Now I had a link to where you could buy it, but it was not its own freestanding store at the time. I was doing the most, but it was working.
I mean, look, a lot of great entrepreneurs, they just be, doing what they got to do to get through each day.
Yeah, and I be like,
it is hard to build up an administrative support team.
Yeah,
so.
I was a one-man band. I'm already making the shirts and stuff. You think
You ain't doing that? You're not making the shirts?
No. So what forced me to level up is when I got an email from somebody, just like it wasn't like an ABC email, but saying, would you be interested in going on Good Morning America?
I know that's not what forced you to level up and get the website.
Yes, it did. Well, I already had the website. I did have the website at that point when I got the GMA.
Okay.
I might have had an EIN number. I think I did. So, but when I got that,
Wait a second.
I'm a mess. But that shows that anybody can do it. Anybody can do it.
It does.
Like I'm not saying it's the right way to go, but that's just my journey.
Okay.
I know.
But
it's
you're
bad.
good now.
I know.
No,
Trust
it's
me, you
not
ain't
bad.
the first person. Dang, I'm good now. You coming on me all hard.
Not.
So, yeah, the GMA email, but I didn't even know. I thought this one was lying because you know how you get those emails like, do you want to be in this gift bag for, this baby shower? And I'd be like, who are y'all, So I thought she was talking. I was like, man, somebody over here spamming me. I was like, I'm going to talk to her, though. I'm going to see what she's talking about. So I talked to her, and, she was talking legit. She called me. We set up a meeting. We talked for like 45 minutes. And she's like a agent or kind of deal where she brings them people to feature on the show. And so we got to talking. I was like, she really serious. Like, she got to connect.
Find you?
She said that she bought something. So you remember, like, that's when, like, all the white women were rallying up and sharing black businesses. So I think she was one of those. But hey, she bought something. She was like, I just got your Supermom hat, and you know, I really love it. Have you ever thought about this? I was like, and so I went and looked. She did order, so you know, I'm gonna do my due diligence. She did order, so we had a good conversation, and then she was like, okay, well, can you get 10,000 units if you go on the show? I was like, wait, what? I'm sitting in my guest bedroom, barely got a couple hundred shirts in there, and it's spilling out.
And I hope you said yes.
Yes, I can have 10,000 units. Like, yeah, how many? 10, that's it? Knowing good well, I'm just sitting in my house, and I'm pressing them at the time. I was like, I'm gonna be Hulk Hogan by the time I try to press all these shirts. So I was like, I cannot press these shirts. I would just die on that heat press if I did.
So when you got off the phone with her, what was the first step that you did to make sure you could reach that 10,000?
First of all, I was like, well, so it wasn't legit. It wasn't official then. So she was like, okay, well, let me present this to them, and then we'll see what they say.
Okay.
So a couple weeks passed, and then she asked me about trademarks and She asked me about trademarks, and I did actually had to apply for the trademark already, so I did do that.
So it was pending?
Yeah, it was pending. It wasn't official yet, and I sent her that with the number. And then she asked about like all the business documents, and like when I had got the call, so that was the second call with her, and I had already started the incorporation stuff. So all that stuff I was like, let me just get my stuff right, because I was seeing like the little checklist of all the stuff. So I made sure I went down the list and I got everything legit and legal beagle. And so it took a little time, and so she would come back and ask me a question. I would answer. I was like, oh, they ain't gonna put me on there. Like, it's just some t-shirts and whatever. So the next thing I know, she was like, okay, you're gonna be on September 2nd. Here's the contract. And it was like ABC. It had Kelly and what's his name? Kelly and Ryan. Uh-huh. It had like listed all the shows and like all the, I was like, well, do I need a lawyer to read this? Like, I was so scared. I was like, I'm really gonna be on Good Morning America. Like, this is it. And again, I'm just sitting in this guest bedroom, like, okay, I gotta find 10,000 shirts. Cause we talking about the pandemic where stuff was, you know, the supply chain was like shutting down. You know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah, but I did, cause I
was like, how did you?
Calling everybody, you know, finding out who were other wholesalers and finding back order dates and things like that. And then I reached out to a couple of printers, and one of them came through, and they were like, we can handle it. And they were printing in their garage at the time. They had a screen printer machine, but it was in their garage. They was like, we can do it. And I was like, where you gonna put all these boxes and stuff? Like, it was legit semis pulling up full of t-shirts. You talking about 10,000 shirts?
Wow.
10,000. But we made it work, and I'm here.
That's right.
And I've been on there 3 times.
I was gonna say, like, you've been on there multiple times.
Yes. So they asked me back, so I guess I did a good job.
So after that first run, did you go home and like figure out how to like diversify the product offering? So when they came back, you had more to offer? Yes.
So with that, of course, I didn't do like the sweatsuits because that would have took too long for manufacturing and stuff. But the t-shirts, I do all that stuff. The t-shirts, hoodies, and hats, I do stateside. So that worked out. So we kind of kept it to what I could get my hands on. So, and they were lenient with that.
You talked early on about how you had a career in logistics.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that experience helped you with navigating the waters of trying to find a manufacturer, trying to get like these 10,000 shirts shipped to GMA? Mm-hmm. Like, do you feel like that helped with your journey?
Oh my God, most definitely. Everything that I learned, because you're a problem solver in logistics. You know, of course, if everything running smooth, they almost don't need me. You know what I mean? I was booking the trucks, like, you have to find a way, and that's my mentality. And then I had a marketing degree as well, so all of that was like playing a part in me, you know, building this brand. You know, it's like, I'm not even aware that I'm doing it, but it's all, you know, from my training and from my jobs and things that I had. Because I did logistics for 15 years. Yeah.
So after your GMA appearance, did you get a warehouse? Like, did business pick up? Like, what happened?
Yes. So after the GMA appearance, and of course, I couldn't do all those orders. Like, and you have to fill them in 3 days.
Really?
So if you get 10,000 orders.
Like shipped out in 3 days?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
You have 3 business days to get this out.
Oh.
So I couldn't do it. And I was like, okay, I got to rent a space.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just trying to throw stuff to the wall. I have some entrepreneur mom friends that I called up. I was like, yep. What do I do? Like, do y'all know anybody? They was like, well, there's a 3PL. She just moved to Atlanta. And she had like a partial space in another warehouse, but she was focusing on Black-owned businesses. So ended up meeting with her, went to her warehouse and talked to her, and we went over. She was like, let's do it.
Oh,
So I started pulling trucks up with Supermom shirts. We was in there folding. We had to fold 10,000 shirts. You talking about you don't want to do laundry for a year after that. It was a lot. It was a lot. But we did it.
And so you've been on 3 times total?
Yes, and The View once.
Oh, how'd that go? On The View?
Yeah, girl, The View. So I think, was that February? I don't remember. But
Black
it was
History
kind of
Month?
cool because my mom passed almost 4 years ago. And they used her pictures on my spot. And my mom loved The View. So that was so like super sentimental. Like my mom was on The View. You know what I mean?
That.
You know, and all her friends saw it. Oh, they were just like falling apart. Like,
And it brings it back to the mission of Supermom.
Exactly. So my mom, you know, we still giving her flowers, and you know, I'm repping for her.
I love it. I love it. So on your way in today, you were talking about how you were at your warehouse before you came to the podcast interview.
Yes.
So when did you, is this the same space you were at?
Yeah,
or you
so
had
I
to-
still use a
Okay.
3PL because a warehouse, and clearly you see I'm like a low overhead type of person. You know? Even though an EIN number is free, I don't know why I didn't have one. So crazy. But, you know, it's just, you know, with 2 kids, it's just hard, like, to try to do the orders. But otherwise, it'll take over my house, and, you know, because it was taken over before we got the 3PL. So after I went on Good Morning America the first time, I just stayed at the warehouse. So now we're moving everything in there and, like, all the systems in place. And that was, like, a big adjustment because now I can't be like, yeah, I got those, and run to my wholesaler and grab a couple shirts and come back, you know, if I was out of the size. Like, no, we got inventory. So now I got like racks and racks like going up, and I was like, oh, this stuff is mine. You know, I was like, we got to get rid of it though. You know, we need to sell it. But it's been a blessing though. The warehouse has really been good.
And so do you feel like social media has played a major role in the success of the brand?
Girl, that's the only role. Like everything is from social media. Everything, because that's what I did.
Yeah.
And it was so crazy that I didn't even have email marketing. So I would really just post a new shirt or post a restock, and they would sell out like that day. Like it was wild. I want y'all to sell me out more often now. Cause that, you know, now it's like, you know, I got inventory. So
No, you
it's
do
like,
be selling out.
I
The
do sell
size
out.
be-
I do sell out. I do sell out. Thank you, Jesus. But yeah, you know, I used to just be able to post, but now, you know, Instagram done came in with their algorithms and they don't show nobody nothing. So if you put the word "sell," you can't put anything. I almost just need to post it without a caption. I don't know, and maybe it'll fly. So now people are like, I didn't even know you had the sweatsuits. I'm like, girl, it is February. You ain't seen a post from Supermom since, you know, before Christmas?
Yeah.
Like, come on. So, but before that, everything changed, I used to get just post and boop, it was gone. I ain't have nobody email. Now I got everybody's email. I'm still in emails.
I love
No,
your
just kidding.
story.
Yeah, it's wild.
So do you, when you started the brand, did you like ever think like it would get to this point where it's like you have a 3PL warehouse, you're selling out, you're going on shows like GMA and The View?
Not at all. No plans. I was like, look.
Because you were like, I'm going to just sell a t-shirt and see
Yeah,
what
I
happens.
was like, it'd just be a little something, you know, on the side, you know, because blogging was like my main thing.
Yeah.
That was my bread and butter. And thank God Supermom did take off, because now, you know, everything's all wild out here. But yeah, I had no idea this was not even, I couldn't even dream this. Especially like GMA, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, from the Chicago area, now I'm on Good Morning America and repeat on there. Like, that's crazy. Like, they know me. Like, I'm about to work at ABC. Like, I'm gonna have a show. It's gonna be called Supermom Culture with Trina or something. I don't know. We're gonna put it out there. Now I'm dreaming big. Like, y'all can't stop me now. You can't tell me nothing. It's on. It's over. It's over. I can do anything.
Very true. I mean, the fact that, from hearing you, it sounds like Google was your best friend with everything initially.
Google
'Cause I'm
got
like, how did-
$500. That's
Google
it.
got $500.
That's it. That's the formula.
I love it.
You can do whatever with that.
That's very true. Because $500 could what? Get you your domain.
Get you your domain, get you a couple shirts, buy you a heat press about $150. What else can you do? Yeah, get your Shopify account.
Yep.
Yeah, get all that stuff going. You know, get the emails and stuff set up. You can do all that stuff. Get you a little logo. Go on Canva.
Nah, you can't get no logo for $500. These graphic designers be taxing.
See,
but
I don't
you can
even
go to
use
Canva. What you was about to say?
I do Canva, girl. All my stuff is in Canva. Look.
And you could get the pro membership of Canva.
I got the
like
pro man.
$24.
That's like 12. Well, I might be grandfathered in. Mine's like $12 a month because I've had Canva for a long time.
So have I.
Oh, yours is not 12?
I don't know.
You must have more users. It's just me.
I do.
I'm a one-man band. One man, one sound.
So you're still just a one-person team?
Yeah, pretty
Trina,
much.
just stop.
So yes and no. So I got the 3PL. That takes care of the warehouse. So I don't have nobody packing and shipping. I don't have to deal with, that. So I guess you could say that that's my team. They are my team because they really supported me, especially this past year, 2022 was really crazy. And they held me down and made sure everything was good. And I have a social media manager she posts all the funny memes that we going crazy and stuff. So I love her. I told her don't ever leave me. So I have her. I have people. So I do a lot of contract, like, I had somebody set up my Klaviyo and my funnels or my flows and things like that. Even though that hurt my whole soul.
So for folks who don't know what that is, what do you mean?
So that's email marketing. Klaviyo is like the place to be, for email marketing. But you set up flows like that triggers abandoned carts and that type of stuff. Like, we haven't heard from you in a while, come back, stuff like that. Which I didn't even know that was like a thing. And then my other friends so now I'm like, okay, I'm a businesswoman for real now. So let me, what y'all be doing with these emails? And I just started asking around. It was like, girl, you need to talk to so-and-so. My girl Alicia, she does like Klaviyo and stuff like that. So hired her, she told me her rate, and I didn't want to be one of them people like, girl. I was like, okay, I guess I got to level up, here's your money, a couple $1,000.
Grows, you gotta.
I know, but it's so hard. Again, I was using somebody else's EIN number because, I was just out here just like whatever. Like, I'm going to do everything. Anything over $500, I was like, I'm going to get back to you. Let me do some more research first to make sure, And then I had a marketing guy that came in and he did creatives and stuff for me. So that was like a cool investment. It was a lot of money too, but now I still got all the creatives. I'm like, do I still have that shirt? We're gonna use this one again. So you gotta make it work, because you don't want to just throw money out there because that's the easiest way to go broke,
How do you come up with the different designs?
I try to follow trends. I look at my daughter. I be asking her. I be like, "What's on TikTok?" Just kind of seeing what was out there, and then stuff that I like. I like everything to be functional, pockets everywhere. All that, and just something cute and cool, like kind of what I like and what I feel comfortable in. Like, people of course are like, "Do a dress and do this." I was like, "We carpooling." Like, I wanted to be
comfortable,
functional, I'm like, I'm not in like fashion. We ain't doing runway right now, maybe one day, but not now. Like, I don't want to do couture. So I try to keep it real simple. That's really the whole thing. Is everything is simple. It's a t-shirt, it's a hat, it's a fanny pack, it's a sweatsuit.
I saw that was it last year maybe you did Supermom Weekend?
Yes.
Right? So is that like the next, I guess, iteration of the brand that you want
to
do more live in person sort of activations? So what's Supermom Weekend?
Supermom Weekend is a great time. I like to have a good time if you can't tell. I like to have a good time. So I wanted everybody to kind of like have that experience. I wanted you to come, let your hair down, have a good old time, be served and treated like a queen for the whole weekend. Like, soon as they step foot, we were in Buckhead in a nice hotel, and you didn't have to worry about nothing. We had hors d'oeuvres, like guys walking around passing hors d'oeuvres at the welcome party. It was amazing. It was such a good time. And then we had the welcome party, and like when I tell you, we was on the flow, folks was doing the splits. It was off the chain. Like, people need that sometimes. Like, some people said that was the first time they left their kid coming to Supermom Weekend.
So was it like an empowerment weekend?
Yeah, it was empowerment and just like you're enough and you're doing a great job. We had a workout. It was a fun workout, a little hip hop workout. Then we had a brunch, speakers. I had speakers like from teen moms to they had kids that are on the spectrum. 2 of the panelists had just sharing their story, but they were sitting there looking good, like it's not the end of the world. And I think just to hear other people's story, you know, because some people, moms are ashamed of certain things, ashamed of being a divorce, or ashamed of being a single mother, or ashamed of being a teen mother.
Yeah.
And we all need to be celebrated. And so it was an amazing weekend, and we ended the weekend with a comedy show, and all the comedians were moms.
Aww.
It was off the chain. It was such a good time. People were like, nobody wanted to leave. They were like, we can't do anything on Sunday? I'm like, girl, unless y'all paying for it, because this hotel cost me. We took over the whole hotel.
And you took about time to go back to your kids.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't afford y'all no more, because, you know, it was the first one.
Yeah.
So nobody knew what to expect, but all rave reviews, people asking for additional days. I was like, how long y'all want to stay down here?
So you did it what, from like?
Friday to Saturday night, but most people left Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, so we might add something on Sunday.
Okay, yeah, get you some sponsors.
Yeah.
GMA's sponsor, one of them ABC.
Yeah, so we had some sponsors, so that's what helped me do it last year. You know, people believing in something that they had never even seen before, and they were like, all right. And I was like, okay, now I got to make this happen, you know. So, but it worked out, and now, you know, I got other people that are interested in coming back. So because of the crazy year I had after that, you know, I don't know if it's even part of this, but I got divorced last year. So, you know, it was a trying time, and it was actually like right after the Supermom weekend. So I'm like up here, and then the process started like 2 weeks later.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it was like I couldn't even like, you know, stay on that trajectory.
High,
So it was cool, but I'm back.
You
But
out here.
I'm out here, and so we're not gonna do a full weekend this year, but we are gonna do something to celebrate Mother's Day in Atlanta.
Okay.
So, but a lot of people like, I'm flying, I don't care. Like, it could be one event, they want to come.
But I also feel like you should maybe do one at like Essence Fest. Like your demographic is really Black women, even though, you know, you get the white women that support.
We get a little residual.
What? I think you should really think about doing it at Essence Fest. It doesn't have to be like a part of festival, but maybe
Like a little pop-up.
you could do a pop-up. I feel
I
like
was
you
trying
would
to
do
make that
killing.
happen last year with a couple other people, like Black mom-owned brands. So, okay, you putting it back in there.
And then even do like a form of Supermom weekend there, and do it like maybe it's like a brunch or something. Like a lot of brands. But you been to Essence Festival?
I went
You know,
last year, had the ball.
you-
Let me tell you about Essence Fest. This is my new Essence Fest memory.
What is it?
I settled my divorce that Friday. It was on Bourbon Street that night. And I'm telling you, I had the time of my life during Essence Fest this year. Because I was like, like in the middle of Bourbon Street, like, I'm here, I'm free. But anyway, so that's my new memory of Essence
Look,
Fest.
if anybody from Essence Fest programming is listening, you should
Yes.
look Trina to be a speaker.
Listen, bring us out. We ready. Yeah, I would love to do that. I know they have like the wellness panels and stuff.
A lot of brands do their own thing.
Yeah,
so
they do.
it may
They
make
do.
sense.
I worked with Shea Moisture while I was down there this past year, so I did do a little event with them. So yeah.
You should have them
Oh, sorry.
no, I'm saying. I'll tell you.
Oh yeah,
We'll
yeah,
talk
yeah.
about it later.
Okay.
But so now that you're in this new space, you're newly divorced,
Mm-hmm.
business is booming, your daughters are helping you. What does balance look like for you though?
Whew, balance. So I'm still figuring it out because now it's like I have free time, but it's weird because I've been a stay-at-home mom for 8 years, and now my kids be gone, and I got this house. It's like, where my kids at? So like, I'm like so anxious when they're gone now. It's so crazy. But then also, I had the time of my life. Them weekends be packed. Like, where we going to brunch? We going here, we going there. So I be booking up on the weekends that I don't have the kids. So I'm still trying to find my groove with all of this, but I also need to focus, you know, get back to focusing on my business during that free time, because it's hard when they're not away, because I'm doing everything with them in tow or finding help. Yeah, being a super mom, because we gonna get it done.
Yep.
You know, I had them that I picked them up, like, you know, that's why I was like, hard stop. Like, I gotta go get my kids in carpool today, you know. So that's what I do, you know. So I'm still trying to find, I don't think it's balance, I just prioritize what needs to get done.
What are your goals for the brand now? Now that you've it's gone from you heat pressing that shirt by yourself to now going on GMA to having Supermom Weekend. What is the ultimate goal for you with the brand?
I would like to be in retail spaces. So that is my my next step that I'm working towards. And then also, I want the community to be strong, and I want the people in the community to feel supported with the Supermom Weekend, with pop-up events, with brunches, or whatever. Actually, one of the movie, you know how they do the movie screenings, that movie Missing, they reached out to me like, can you get the Supermoms out? And it was like 2 days before the screening. And then, you know, I mean, I wasn't getting paid or nothing, but I was like, you know what, this is a good look. Let me hit up my email list. And I got, I sent them back 50 names, within less than 12 hours. And they was like, oh, okay, well, we're sold out now, so.
That speaks to the power of the brand.
Yeah, people were waiting. And I want to do more like that because they see me going to all these fun events and different experiences. I want to bring them too. And that was the purpose of Supermom Weekend. I want you guys to feel like, you know, when I go to these PR events and, you know, brand events, how I get treated. I want y'all to feel the same way. Like, you're part of this community and we deserve it.
I love it. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Just
See, you was about to fight me at first. And now.
Well, only because I'm like, ain't no damn way you ain't got your EIN right now.
Maybe I did. No, it still would have worked. I would have made it work. I'm going to make it work. I'm going to make something shake.
I'm going to ask you some quick fire questions.
Oh, Lordy.
So.
You ready?
You ready? No, just short. Okay.
Okay.
First thing that comes to your mind. What's the most straightforward advice you've ever received about being a mom?
The kids will be okay.
What's one thing you wish you had known when you first became a mom?
Ooh, how much time it takes up. You have no life after that.
What are 2 words that describe you and why?
Outgoing.
2 words.
And loyal. And you want to know why? Well, outgoing, I just, you know, life is short, you know, YOLO. And then, what I say, loyal? I'm a ride or die. Like, you know, if you treat me right, I'm going to treat you right. And that's how it is.
Same. What's one thing you would tell your 18-year-old self?
Woo. You can do anything. You can do it. You just got to work hard and leave them boys alone.
TikTok or IG?
IG.
Why?
I ain't got used to TikTok yet. But the Reels got me in a chokehold on IG. So I feel like it's the same. Yeah, but I think we get them a little later on IG.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get there.
TikTok also has a different audience.
It is, but I feel like my people might be on TikTok.
Your people.
Because, you know, I'm pretty rough around the edges. And, you know, you don't have to be perfect. You know, Instagram, there's still a lot of perfect people and stuff. Very but true. All my Reels, they don't be perfect. I just throw them up.
Just do them.
Yeah, if it takes me more than 10 minutes to do it, I ain't going to do it.
So, Trina, what's next for you?
Oh, let's see. I don't know. I'm really trying to find this new Trina. You know, I was married 15 years, and now I got 2 kids out here. Like, what is happening? And so I'm just along for the ride, like wherever the wind blows. Not really where the wind blows, but, you know, I'm just trying to. Oh, let me tell you, it's about to be on this summer. I just got to make sure I have it funded. So I might need to I got to get some sponsors. So I bought one of those unlimited flight passes.
From where? The Frontier?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And I'll do Frontier over Break Your Spirit. I'm not doing that.
Break Your Spirit.
But, so I bought one of those. So I'm going to be like Dora the Explorer this summer.
Not Dora the Explorer.
Yes. Backpack, couple bikinis, I'm out.
We'll come up with a cute name.
Yeah, we need to call it something.
Okay.
But, because I would split the time this summer, which never has been done before. I've been a mom, home all day in the summer, Lord Jesus, with the kids. But now I get to split them, so as soon as they leave, I'm going to be driving to the airport. You know what I mean? And then I'll be back, and then, you know, we'll resume, and then I'll be gone again. So that's going to be interesting.
It should be fun, though.
Yeah, I'm going to document it.
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. So that's something I'm doing for myself.
As you should, as a Supermom.
I just need to be funded, sponsored. Hello.
Anything new for the brand coming up? Any new designs folks need to
Yeah,
check out?
so we'll have some new items before Mother's Day. So they'll probably drop early April,
Okay.
just in time for Mother's Day.
Well, Trina, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so excited to see the next iteration of the brand and this new version of your life now. I'm going to be
Yes.
following you on social to watch your journey this summer on Frontier with your unlimited pass and your bikinis in your backpack. But where can folks follow and support you on social media?
Okay, well, follow Supermom Culture. It's so fun over there. We have a good time. The comments and the memes that we post is
good.
off the chain.
Good?
Yeah, it's really good. So that's at Supermom Culture, and we're supermomculture.com. So we're Supermom Culture everywhere. And my personal page is at Hey Trina Small, and I'm at Hey Trina on TikTok. I'm gonna do more on there.
Thank
So
you.
yeah, thank you. Thanks for
Of
having me.
course.
Yay. Hey, I'm Trina with Supermom Culture, and today I'm sharing how I got here with Dreena Whitfield. I was like, wait, close it.